Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Help for the Guildless. My name, of course, is Antoine. Why do people like Michael Rowlands stop me from doing what I want to do? He put out a video about the Kilroy event, which I will leave a link to Dave Cullen's video about it down below if you want to watch it. He put out two videos. One, denouncing it completely as an anti-SJW echo chamber. And then the one that I'm going to be responding to here is all about why he won't be going, why he won't support it, and why he doesn't understand what it exactly is. Before I get too far into a rant, let's let little Mikey explain himself.
Hi, I'm in Kilroy.
Hi, Mikey. No one cares where you are. What we care about is that you have so much background noise it's almost impossible to hear you again.
I've had multiple responses to this whole Kilroy event thing, because I put up a tweet about it as well, about the anti-SJW echo chamber.
I'm going to let you all know right now, I'm going to be heavily editing this video of his. He rambles constantly. He says, as much as he possibly can, because he doesn't plan what he's going to say. I'm going to link the full thing down below if you can bear to watch it, but I will get to his more succinct points as fast as I can.
Multiple people seem to be of the opinion that it would be more of a diverse set of opinions and ideas.
I want you to pay attention to what he just said.
If SJWs just went so cowardly and didn't want to have their ideas... Wait, the other thing, they wanted to have their ideas exposed to scrutiny, and they wanted to come out of their echo chambers.
People thought it would be more diverse if you showed up to the event, if you were willing to have your ideas scrutinized. And the fact that you're making fun of that means that you're not willing to have your ideas scrutinized because they will not hold up to the people arguing against them. I understand you're trying to mock us with whatever voice you're trying to pull off, and I understand you're at least trying to be funny. And when I mean try, I mean like stuffing a dead cat in the exhaust pipe of a car funny, which is more sad than anything.
Oh god, you know, it's the stupid marketplace of ideas bullshit. You know, if SJWs were just, you know, weren't so cowardly, weren't so isolated in their circle jerk echo chamber stuff, you know, it's that sort of bullshit.
The stupid marketplace of ideas. That thing. The thing where you make your living. The thing where you set your YouTube up. The reason why you have a Patreon. That thing. The thing where you set your ideology out to stand sturdy against the forces of the masses. Because it's something you believe in 100%. That marketplace of ideas? The place you don't want to go because your ideas and ideology cannot stand up to simple scrutiny? Because let's face it, Mikey, all of your ideas, all of your talking points are nothing but ripped off from Steve Shives and Christy Winters. You are such an authoritarian piece of shit that you don't want to have your ideas challenged, except by people who sound exactly like you when they talk. You are so much of a puppet that you have Christy Winters and Steve Shives' hands so far up your ass that when you brush your teeth, they get a manicure.
Anyway, so, you know, and some people actually just saying, why don't you go? I cannot think of anything worse than paying money to go and watch these people fucking cry about free speech.
This is your excuse for not going? You don't want to listen to other people's ideas because you can't think of anything worse. I can think of a million things worse, like them not being able to speak at all, like having a small guerrilla group of authoritarians trying to shut down an event because they don't want the speakers to have a voice. If you don't want to pay money for it, don't go. But you're turning this into another mythicist Milwaukee, which means you're almost guaranteeing it's going to be funded. I'm waiting with bated breath for your authoritarian campaign to try and shut it down. I'm waiting for it, Mikey, because I know it's coming.
I mean, they talk about all this stuff like they they know anything, but they don't. And it's so difficult to sit and watch. And it won't be any different for free speech. These motherfuckers wouldn't know free speech if it came and smacked them in the forehead, if it free speeched them in the face, if it battle of ideas them over the back of the head, if it took a bludgeon of criticism and smacked them over the temple.
If they don't know anything, if they have no idea what they're talking about, then do something about it. It's really simple. All you have to do, contact Dave Cullen. I'm sure he can find a spot for you, and you can be invited to speak. And you can tell them that their ideas are horrible, that they have no idea what they're talking about. And then open up the floor to a Q&A session. And you can then answer any questions that they might have. You see, you equate free speech for what you deem okay. Free speech means everything except inciting violence. When you go around calling people morons and Nazis and fascists, that's free speech. You believe you're free of consequences of it. And yes, I will admit there are some on the right that believe they're free of consequences of it as well. But you determine that their consequences should be more severe than yours. You want their consequences to be not only that they should go to jail, but that they should lose their livelihood, that they should be homeless, that they should be dead in the streets, and that they should be beaten up whenever they open their mouths. Mikey, there's a word for that. It's a very popular word from your side. You like to call everyone else it. It's called fascist, you piece of shit.
Second of all, there's a bunch of fucking neo-Nazi, white supremacist, fascist idiots going to complain about stuff. You know, so they're full-on pandering to Nazis. You know.
Wonderful transition. We go from being outside with the wind to inside with nothing but echo. It doesn't get any better than this, folks, trust me. Again, you accuse them of being neo-Nazi, white supremacist, fascist Nazis. You have no proof except for your feelings. Do they identify themselves as white supremacists? Richard Spencer identifies himself as a white nationalist. It's very obvious to call him that. There are plenty on the right that identify themselves as alt-right. The people who are, these people you talk about, openly identify themselves as one. When you talk to someone and they say, no, I'm against racism and all that, they're against it. You want to talk about people not understanding what they're talking about? You are a perfect example of it.
You've got Brittany What's-Her-Face, friggin' avowed white nationalist, going along to speak there, so that's nice. I can't remember whether it was her or Tara McCarthy who was going on about how black people might be part of a different race. You know, this friggin' race realism bullshit. Anyway.
The race realism thing was Tara McCarthy, not Brittany Pettibone. Do you even do any research on anything that falls from the gaping maw that is your face hole? And yes, guess what? Black people are a different race. I believe what you meant to say is Tara McCarthy believes that African American people are a different species. You fucking mealy-mouthed piece of shit. You are blaming something said on someone that someone else said, because you don't pay attention to anything other than what your little circle jerk of ideology tells you.
Are there any other reasons? I mean, basically what I'm trying to get at is I'm scared to have my ideas exposed.
I'm scared to have my ideas exposed.
You block people on Twitter and you censor people on your comment section because you're afraid of criticism. You're afraid of criticism. For one, you know, like I say, it's not criticism, it's people just abusing me.
It's not abuse. You are not a victim. You will never be a victim. It is criticism. Now, I will admit that there probably are some trollish comments, angry comments, hyperbolic comments, comments that are made to make you feel upset. But those are the same type of comments that your side gives to Sargon, Bering, Dave Cullen, Andy and Chris Walski, Shoe on Head, Blair White. You are not a victim, Mikey. And one of the main reasons you're not a victim is because you have a penis, and your side believes that because you have a penis and you identify as male, you're the cause of the problems. But you keep being that good, male, feminist ally. I'm sure they'll pet you eventually.
And second of all, I can't hide from criticism. As an outspoken feminist online.
Okay, that's the first time you were genuinely funny.
There is no hiding from any sort of criticism. If anything, these people can hide from criticism because they have such huge audiences.
And there we have it again, folks. They have such huge audiences. He can't hide from criticism, and yet he does. He openly admits to using a block bot. He openly admits to removing comments from his YouTube page. But he can't hide from criticism. He does on a daily basis. But the problem is these people that are going to the Kilroy event have such large audiences. It's not fair that he's such a small male feminist who's outspoken.
That their comment sections are going to huge affirming audiences, right? Their comment sections are going to be full of people just affirming their opinions. That's what happens. That you get people saying, "Oh, you're great," or "I agree with this," or "this is great," and a whole bunch of people upvote those things, and they come to the top, and then all the stuff that might be dissenting of their opinion just falls into the nether on their comment section.
Here, I didn't think I had to explain this to you, but this is how subscribers work. They like what you have to say, so the audience that you have tends to agree with you, and more often than not, if they do disagree with you, they'll say, "I liked what you said about this, but this is what it actually is." And most of the time, those type of criticisms are upvoted to the top, and they're usually responded to. I can go to any single one of your videos, Mikey, right now, and find every single upvoted comment being affirming of your beliefs, of what you had to say. Weird. I had no idea that someone with over 2,000 subscribers would have so many people agreeing with him. It's almost as if they're fans. It's almost as if they agree with what you have to say because they like what you have to say. Again, I ask for the second video in a row that I've done on Mikey Rowlands. How do you have over 2,000 subscribers? Apparently you have no idea how YouTube works at all.
Another reason why I don't go, because none of these people want to have their minds changed. They're not interested. Sargon's proved again and again that he is not interested in having his beliefs changed, having his mind changed. He's not open. He's not a rational person. He's not open to having his opinions or beliefs changed. He's just not.
I'm open to having my opinions and my beliefs changed. I'm open to having discussion. I'm open to talking to the other side. You want to use Sargon as an example? Fine. You're right. He's not open to have his ideas changed. He's open to have his ideas challenged. You're going into a conversation demanding his change. You're going into a conversation demanding that he listen to you without you having to listen to him. You want to spew at him everything that you think can counter anything he has to say. And then if he comes back at you with a single point, you cut him off and then keep doing it. We saw that at MythCon. Mikey, here's an open invitation to you. I am telling you, flat out, I am open to having my ideas changed. But in a discussion, not having you badger me because you don't think I don't know what I'm talking about. If you can come to me on the same plane, the same status, discussing something as a human being, I'll talk to you all day long. But the second you start thinking you know better than I do, because you think you do, is the second you lose me. And that's the same for everyone else who has any ideas that they want to talk about. Anything that they want to have challenged. So, Michael Rowlands, I am laying down a flag right now. Come talk to me. Come challenge my ideas. If you can persuade me, I will change. But be prepared to have that road go the other way. If you come to challenge my ideas, I get to challenge yours. And that's your problem. You don't want to have your ideas challenged because you think you're in the right. You think you have the moral high ground, and you don't.
Like, I just had someone comment on the video that I put up yesterday, saying that because I'd blocked them on Twitter and because I'd turned off the comments on a video I did about bearing, I was a coward, but he's going to leave a comment on this.
And this was your response to him.
You know, I'm still having my ideas challenged. My ideas are being, you know, beaten by the marketplace of ideas, and it's inescapable as an internet feminist, especially as a small channel, like I say, because I see all those comments, every single one of them.
Your ideas are being beaten by the marketplace of ideas, and that sucks for you. But the reason it's being beaten by the marketplace of ideas is because you are not defending them. All you're doing is bouncing them off the same ideas. It's kind of like incest, Mikey. The more you do it, the more retarded the result. If you challenged yourself by not blocking everyone who is funnier than you, like myself, not blocking people who disagree with you with a block bot, then your ideas would stand their ground. Iron sharpens iron. You have to be able to argue your points. You have to be able to defend your ideology. You have to be able to stand behind what you say and not change it at a moment's notice because someone is able to make you think of it a different way. I meant what I said. If you want to come challenge my ideas, by all means, please contact me. My DMs are open, but you'd have to unblock me for that one, Mikey. And if you're willing to have your ideas challenged as well, then we can come to an accord and we can talk. And I do mean talk. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to scream. I'm a very calm person when I need to be. But I don't think you're going to take me up on my offer. I'm a much smaller channel, thus I can't get you the publicity that you want. I don't want you to come on my channel for me to grow. I want you to come on my channel for a discussion. I believe the discussion is more important than subscriber count. So I'm going to ask anyone who is watching this who isn't blocked by Mikey Rowlands, send him this and tell him he doesn't have to watch the whole thing, just watch the last 3 minutes or so, because I'm dead serious. Come talk to me. And those are my thoughts, folks. I'd love to know yours, so please let me know in the comments. If you like what I do here, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, hit that little bell icon so you can get notified when I upload. And if you want to support the channel in any way, there is a link to Patreon down below. Become a patron, take a look at the rewards. You could even suggest some other rewards for me. With that being said, this has been Help for the Guildless. My name, of course, is Antoine. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening.